Award-winning barbecue plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and March Madness is here, and Koppel is ready to rock and roll. We just closed the books on a tremendous February, and we're locked and loaded for a big March. True 0% APR is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. Plus, Koppel has over 10,500 off list on other select new models. Our pre-owned truck lot is full of late model low gyms as well. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with a roof credit, 0% is standalone.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Love is in the air, and so are big savings. It's the Big I Do event at Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions, April 4th through the 6th. For 3 days only, enjoy 20% off all engagement rings and wedding bands, plus exclusive bridal collections from our top designers. Whether you're saying yes or I do, shop now for the year's best prices and selection. April 4th through 6th, Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions.
Coming at you live from the 93.7 The Ticket studio. This is Choppin' It Up with Chubb, the soulful way, introducing you to some of the best local restaurants across Lincoln. Here's your host, Chef Manuel Chubb Hurd.
What's happening, diggets and diggeteers? Welcome to Chopping It Up with Chubb, the soulful way on 93.7 The Ticket. Texting the show is Sartor Heyman Jewelers text line at 402-464-5685. Catch us on YouTube, Twitter, and Allo Cable channel 961. Good day, everybody. How's everyone doing today? I got a very special guest, but before I bring this guy in, I want to introduce my co-host. I got my lovely wife, Tina, and my beautiful daughter, Emma.
Hello.
Hi, Emma.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good. You happy to be on the radio today?
Yes.
Yeah? Got anything you want to say to the listeners? No? You want to tell them how you want to work at Sofa Casino? No? All right. Well, without further ado, I'm going to bring in the man, the myth himself, Mr. DP, Derek Pearson. Derek, how you doing, bud?
I'm good.
Welcome to the show, man. I've been waiting to get you on here.
Well, it's you ask, I show up.
That's
how this works.
That's a good thing.
That's how this works.
Before we go, step in anything, man, I want to publicly say thank you. Last year you reached out to me on Facebook, and I was like, who's this guy reaching out and stuff? And you asked me to come in here, and you had a couple ideas you pitched around trying to help me and get me out there. And one of them was, having my name on your show, setting up out here. And I thought about it. And after about a month, I came to you and presented this, Chopping It Up with Chubb, the soulful way. And you said, let me think about it. And you, like 2 days later, you said that you think that would be good, man. So I want to say thank you. You had faith in me, man. And I just want to say thank you.
The one of the great powers that we have is being seen and heard.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a child of the universe. I am in full. And it's my job and my task every day to wake up and be prepared, be present when somebody good comes in my path.
Mm-hmm.
And my responsibility is to accept good people, trying to do good things and enable them.
Mm-hmm.
That really is the invoice that comes due for our humanity is, can you help good people do more good things?
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what it was. That's why this station exists. Some people say, well, why are you going away from sports and some of the programming? I'm not going away from sports. I'm going into humanity. This is all, sports is just the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And if the vehicle doesn't matter and it's just good people chopping it up, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. And those are the conversations we need to have more of, and the people we need to have more of those conversations with.
Well, like I said, man, it was just a thought in my head. You had faith in me. You seen something in me because you, like I said, you reached out, man. So I really appreciate that.
And I was right.
And I just, it's a love for me, man. I look forward to coming here every week and talking, learning about different restaurants and just giving others an opportunity to do for them what you did for me.
Well, in a previous life, I was a restaurant guy. So I understand. And the entrepreneur side of it, of having to take a risk and to pour love into something, not knowing if you're going to get love back the way you intended for it. But I was raised by a group of women who believed that cooking was love.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Culturally, some people miss that. They don't understand that, listen, if somebody willing to go in there and put in the work, that kind of love shows up on a plate and in your heart. Look, I understand it. So people that work that way, I'm always a fan of.
And you know, that's one of my favorite words is love, man. I like to, if you look on some of my posts, I say, I love you. I love you. Some people is like, man, you shouldn't say that. You offend people. I don't know why I would offend people because I mean, everybody wants to be loved.
Those are the people you need to offend.
If
everybody wants to be loved. God sent you to me.
Those are the ones that need to hear it.
Right? Like they need to, they literally, I don't even know if you know this about, but I came up with a project, and I called it the Love Project.
Mm-hmm.
And it was everything that was going to happen in my life after that moment. But I said, we were talking on a panel, and they said, well, what do you want your legacy to be? And I said, well, we tend to speak about life as the accumulation of all the things we consume.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So they said carbon footprint. I said, no, if we do this right, it should be a love print. And it should be a tracking of all the things we add to in our living, right? That if I meet you, I should leave you more covered and loved than I found you.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally what humanity is. And it doesn't matter if it's a puppy, it doesn't matter if it's trash on the street or a community that needs love done. That should be our mission. And so I said I was going to be active in love, because every great moment in American history and human history was when love and action got together and got busy.
Mm-hmm.
And the two require each other. So my job is to leave you more covered and loved than I found you. I love that when somebody tunes into the ticket, that they feel more covered and loved than before they signed.
Mm-hmm.
That's all this is.
That's what's up, man. So you was in your past life, you had like you was in restaurants and stuff. So what brought you to the ticket? How'd you go from that transition to this? And where did it start from?
I did them all together. Sports was always going to be a part of my life. And that was fine. I got pulled into the restaurant business by a guy who played for the Washington Redskins back at the time. He had a sports bar, and he recognized, he goes, well, wait a minute, you have this ability to draw people. All right. So do you want to learn this business? I said, well, I know how to throw a party, if that's what you say. Right. I know how to throw a party. Well, throwing parties is cool, but then you know how to feed people when I get them together. I need your belly full and I need you smiling. So how to music and food, right? Sports was just a vehicle. Again, I had to learn how to put menus together. Like, I can't bring you 300 people if you can't serve them. And the food ain't good.
Yeah.
So now I need, that curiosity. I need to dig deep. I need to figure out what you're feeding them, why you're feeding them, and what it's worth to them. I went from sports bars to nightclubs. I went from nightclubs to fine dining. I went from fine dining to high four-star hotel dining, room service. I went through the whole process of hospitality, and all the while I was still doing sports. So finally, when I got to Houston, the restaurant side was done. But even here, the idea was to build this sports station as it should be, but I wanted something added to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought for a minute about a sports bar, but then I said, no, I don't want to deal with college students, over consuming. No, coffee. Coffee allows us to have conversation. It is an invitation for people to come, sit, and talk in this space. Mm-hmm. And I think no matter what restaurant you have, whatever style of cuisine you have, you send up a bad signal that, hey, I'm having a party. You're invited. Here's what I'm serving. That's what this is.
Man, I love it. Now, speaking of music, if you was having a party right now,
mm-hmm.
and you can have 5 artists, you had a ton of money, you can bring in any artist, past
mm-hmm.
or present.
Mm-hmm.
Who would it be?
What kind of party we have? We having a dance party. We have a jam. What do we sit and talk? We have a grown folks party. What we gonna do? I need to know.
Grown folks,
right?
Grown folks.
Grown folks. And now, again, culturally, when you say grown folks, we need to behave. We want to feel good. We worked all week. Grown folks and worked all week. We tired.
Mm-hmm.
We tired. So the music needs to suit. So then I'm gonna do some real grown folk stuff. We're going to sit here and I'm going to let people sing at me.
Sing at you?
I'm going to let you sing at me. I need you to vibrate my soul. And there are people who do that. Shocking enough that the first name that comes to mind is Luther.
Oh, okay.
Right. Luther going to sing the walls till they sweat. The walls are going to sweat.
Look at that water running down.
Boy, the building's like we went to. Right. The walls understand. Second, I need a queen. I need a queen. So Aretha can make us dance. She can make us cry. She can make us take a knee and lower our head.
Mm-hmm.
Fair, right? Fair. The person who did that in uniform more than anybody else, who could take you from the highest high to taking a knee and bowing your head, was Prince. Prince could tell you, listen, I'm going to make y'all love each other. Then I'm going to make you look at each other like you're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I need that.
Prince was a cold piece.
Right. That he could sit at that piano. He could just bang the piano. And wasn't nothing you could say about it.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't nothing you could do about it. I need Mike. I need Michael Jackson. I need Mike, because Mike would have just, if he started the room with "You Out of My Life," we was all going to be human. Mm-hmm. We were all just going to say it, Michael. Say it.
Now, was he one that you ever got to see in concert?
Yes.
Now,
I saw him at RFK Stadium. Yes,
I never got to see Michael, but I would have loved to, because he just seems like the ultimate showsman. Like, he seemed like he would put on a show from the second the crowd started screaming to the minute everybody was gone.
So I saw 4 that I thought were so unique in that space. So, of course, the greatest showman that ever lived was James Brown.
Now, I seen James Brown live.
James Brown was the greatest show. Listen, man, the dude covered every inch of the stage, and his feet didn't have to leave the ground to do it.
Mm-hmm.
he could slide, jump, sprint, otherwise. Mike was so... I liked bad Mike. I like when Mike bit his lip, because you knew some stuff was about to go. Like, he was about to hit you with a move that you need to put on record, right? He bite the lip. Okay, Mike, what we do? Prince, as complete musician, showmanship, singing, all those things, he's in his own universe. He's in his own universe. Oddly enough, recent to the party, surprising some folks, is Adele. I don't know why, but when the woman sing, I stop. And it's, what do we do? What are we doing? Back in the day, there was another young lady of the persuasion, Tina Marie. Tina Marie just.
Yep.
How are you 4'9" and own the building?
That girl has some pipes.
4'9". Dance, look, you.
She was only 4'9".
Tina was tiny.
I didn't know that.
Tina was tiny. She said she might have said she was 5'2", but no, sir, Tina.
Now I think Prince was 4'9".
Prince. So and we'll be all over the place, and I love this about this conversation. So one of my favorite places on the planet to go visit is Paisley Park. Right? And if you are out there and you haven't gone to Minneapolis and gone to Paisley Park, they do a tour. And his house, Paisley Park, held all of his production studios. It had its own restaurant in it, like a little diner for him.
Oh, okay.
For him and his guests. And he had menus on the table, and you can go in, little TVs in there so he could watch basketball while he ate his breakfast or whatever. He had the Grand Slam, which was the concert area attached to his house, right? So he'd have these late parties where when you saw these concert videos of Prince, he was at his own house.
Now, Paisley Park is that big? Because you
big.
I see it from outside. And you got like the building, so it looked like just a big super
white,
duper huge nice warehouse.
Yep.
But I didn't know it had all that
in it. So you walk in. There's an open area, and they left it exactly the way he left it the day he passed away.
And now, are you able to walk right there at that elevator and everything?
You can go everywhere except to the elevator.
Okay. Now, see, because
so
we're
the
going there.
the lower level, like there's an upper level, which was his private.
That's his house up there, right?
But everything. I mean, so he had 2 offices, 2 studios, the concert area. He had his closet, his clothes closet, which you can go in and see all the outfits. And let me tell you, it's a bunch of outfits.
Man,
you can go in and see his boot collection. And his boot room is bigger than the studio.
but
he had
no
tiny
bigger
feet.
Than that's what I was gonna say.
Listen. First of all, he had to dance like he did in them boots. He had the greatest ankles to ever exist.
Mm-hmm.
There's no athlete on the planet that had better ankles than Prince, because dude would jump from 20 feet, laying on the heels of the boot, and spin as soon as he landed. Like it's just, and you go in and they play the concerts that were played there in this space, and you're just standing there, and it's just Prince pouring down on you. Like we all think we understand Purple Rain until you stand in his concert space and hear him play that room at the level he played it at, and to have all of that just pour, and you're just sitting there going, Prince, you right here in the room.
And so, that's what's a trip, man. When you love like an artist and you feel that their music so much, you could feel that. We went to 9 Mile in Jamaica. That's where Bob Marley was born. His tomb is there. His mom's tomb is there. And then her parents and I think another sister, like his aunt, their tombs are there. But we walked up there, and then they told all the stories, like the little room, like I want to love you. That was about his mom, and I thought it was about a girl, but he was like, we're sharing the same, and it was a room smaller than this. But then we walked up the hill a little bit, and that's where they had his tomb. And they said, his head's here, his foot's here. We had the guitar, whatever, man. And as soon as I touched that, boom, the hair started sticking up, and like I got tears. I mean, I wasn't woo, but I mean, like I literally felt.
At Paisley, you can play ping pong with his paddles and on his table.
That's when are we planning going? We're planning on going.
It's all the things. So it has all the sheet work. It has all the songs that he never completed. He's sitting on pads, sitting on his desk. You get to look at his desk and look how he left it. It is remarkable in that space. Similar to Graceland, to Michael Jackson's Land. Like you have people who mastered the idea that they were going to capture how they lived and share it with people. Dollywood, right? You go, okay, they do the thing. But those are people who were so unique in the space that the presence of them is in the room. And you go in, I mean, it's heaven. It's heaven on earth. Like this dude lived in heaven, and it was on purpose.
Man, I was a Prince fan, and I remember you said something about a song, and I put I think it was International Love.
Yeah,
and you said something. I thought you said we ain't trying to make babies or something.
Hey, listen, look. There's a whole lot. If I play this right now, some people gonna stop working.
Man,
like it's it's the thing. Now, if you ask me, so I'll go back to the question: if we're having a party, 3 of the acts are the same. JB, Prince, Michael Jackson, got to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the fourth, I would have to add Parliament. I need Parliament Funkadelic. I need all of it. I need Bootsy. I need Funkadelic. I need all of them. I get
so
3
the original.
in 1. I get 3. I get 3 in 1. Right. I get an offshoot. I'm good to go. I'm cool with that. And then, just out of simplicity, nobody covers everything as well as the elements of the universe. Earth, Wind, and Fire gives you such a catalog. Listen, we could put those 5 acts right here on 11th and O Street, and it didn't matter who you were going to get fed that day. You were going to get fed that day. So that's where I would go.
Man, and Earth, Wind, and Fire, we seen them here at Pinnacle Bank. What was it, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And I had stepped away. I went to the bar to get a beer or whatever, and I was waiting in that long line. And all of a sudden, I heard them horns for Shining Star come on. I was like, I don't need these drinks no more.
Right.
And man, they got off. And Verdine White, that dude still boom, boom, boom.
He's
boom.
an alien.
That dude is just dope.
He's
How old? He's like 70, 80 something.
Verdine's got to be. Yeah, he's got to be 75.
Yeah, I mean, he's up there in age, but he was plucking them strings like it was nothing.
That would be the all-time. I said that once online, and everybody, well, where the women at? And I was like, man, if you're asking me to have a women's concert, I'm having a different concert. And if it's a dance party, again, I'm still inviting Tina, right? Because she can get up there and play bass and dance around. I'm cool with that. I'm going to invite Janet because Janet gonna make us all dance.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're going to make faces and we're going to do the thing.
Have me up here like this.
Right? Well, that's how you identify cool people. Ask them to count from 5 to 0.
It's
5,
4,
3, right? Which 3, 2, 1.
My finger messed up. But that's so it's 5, 4, no 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. Man,
that's how you know look. Those are my people. If you 5, 4, 3.
Now I got to see Janet in concert. She's dope.
But it depends on which tour you saw.
Rhythm Nation.
Rhythm Nation was its own. Black Cat did a thing for me where she was paying off some bills. Like, I'm gonna rock y'all. I'm gonna put guitar players in this thing. We really I'm gonna invite some other people to the party. I'm not sure that we give Janet her credit. I'm still not sure that we give Janet full credit for how amazing she is in the run that she has. She unfortunately ran at Madonna peak, and I don't think we give Madonna credit for what she did in the time because Madonna could have turned the party out too.
Yeah, Madonna was dope.
She could have turned the party out too. So musically, there's certain pockets of it. Sports helps us identify who people are and what they love. Food helps us identify people and who they love. Music, and then unfortunately, the fourth thing is money, and the fifth is religion, and those are used to separate and divide. But the 3 main ones that keep us connected and let us get to know each other and care about each other, those are the 3.
That'd be a heck of a concert, man. If I was throwing a concert, and there was that Soulful Cocina, and there's eating some good barbecue and slapping bones and having a grown party, I'd bring out the Temptations, Sunshine, Blue Sky. Please go
with Otis,
away.
With Otis. With
original Temptations.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'd have Bob.
Okay.
I definitely got to have Bob. Prince would be in there.
Yep.
Who else would I have? I think I'd have Shaka.
I'm not mad at nothing, but with Shaka, you got to get me Rufus though.
Yeah.
Like you got to get me Rufus.
Yeah.
You can't get me. But see, if I put Shaka and Prince together, it's a whole nother act.
Now, have you seen them perform together?
Yes.
Now, that was dope.
In Vegas. And they acted,
you seen them live? You gotta
they
see
acted a fool because the other member, the person that came up on stage with them, might be my favorite musician of all time, and it was Larry Graham.
Larry Graham?
Larry Graham got up on this.
Oh, one.
Jackson, this is a master's class. Jackson, this is a master. You are now the coolest white dude in Lincoln, Nebraska. You the coolest white dude in Lincoln, Nebraska. Because you now got to go Google.
Larry
Graham Central Station. Graham Central. Larry Graham was the basis for, ready for this? Sly and the Family Stone. So two of the baddest bands to ever exist in the full entirety of humans, Sly and the Family Stone, Graham Central Station, and you need to go find it.
Now, I'm gonna make his wheels spin because I'm gonna put you on more game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, even better, I think, than Larry Graham would be Lenny Williams.
Lenny back in the game. You see Lenny?
Yeah.
Lenny back in the game.
Yeah, and still singing, hitting them high notes.
Lenny went out on somebody's front porch and acted up.
Yeah, so you see that same thing, yeah.
Lenny said, I could be 80 years old. I can still steal your girl.
But yeah. Who would you put together?
My initial was Luther. Never Too Much.
Yeah.
That song pops up. Prince is on mine. I'd have to add Aldebarge. I'd have to add the Bee Gees. And then I think my fifth would maybe Usher.
Usher.
The Bee Gees were a whole era.
They was so dope.
They were
very.
Well, we every 8 years, every 7 years, 8 years, there's a white vocalist that comes along that changes the game. And Mr. Gibb came up and said, "Look, I look like I'm a baritone, but when I start singing, I'm gonna melt ice." I'm gonna melt ice. And they did the thing. I actually met them in Richmond, Virginia, many moons ago. I was young. And I said that very thing. The Bee Gees were an entire, think about it. They carried several eras in one style. So
are any of them still around?
Isn't Barry still around?
I think one is still around. And I literally spent the weekend. I'll tell you a story off air, but I spent the weekend hanging with the little brother, Andy.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll get back to that. We're gonna pay some bills. We will be right back after these messages.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
You don't have to cross your fingers when digging into the ground this spring. Start every project with a call to Nebraska 811 so utilities like LES can mark their buried lines and you can avoid injury and power outages.
Bagels & Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks. Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
You. Now's the perfect time to get even stronger at Planet Fitness. Save $28 or more when you join today for just $1 down, $15 a month. Mix up your routine or create a customized workout plan with free fitness training. That's right, certified trainers, unlimited sessions with best-in-class equipment. Plus, there's over 2,700 convenient locations to choose from, with most open 24 hours. Save $28 or more today when you join Planet Fitness for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends April 11th. See Home Club for details.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and March Madness is here, and Koppel is ready to rock and roll. We just closed the books on a tremendous February, and we're locked and loaded for a big March. True 0% APR is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. Plus, Koppel has over 10,500 off list on other select new models. Our pre-owned truck lot is full of late model low gyms as well. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with a roof credit, 0% is standalone.
Hey, what are you talking about over there?
Huh?
I said, what are you talking about?
You know, Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing.
Love is in the air, and so are big savings. It's the Big I Do event at Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions, April 4th through the 6th. For 3 days only, enjoy 20% off all engagement rings and wedding bands, plus exclusive bridal collections from our top designers. Whether you're saying yes or I do, shop now for the year's best prices and selection. April 4th through 6th, Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
This is Monster Jam. Big air, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. The fun begins at the pit party, where you can meet the drivers, get autographs, take pictures, and see the trucks up close. Get your pit party pass at monsterjam.com today. Must have valid event ticket to enter pit party. Restrictions may apply. Rules and activities are subject to change. Visit website for event details. Coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena April 18th through 19th.
We're in Baton Rouge at the original Raising Cane's with the man that started it all.
Wait, are you the Yes Chef guy?
Todd started this place 28 years ago with one goal in mind: making the best chicken fingers in the world. We got their famous box combo, chicken fingers, crinkle cut fries, Texas toast slaw, and their world famous cane sauce. Could shed a tear right now.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Early break.
How to present the card.
Present your credit card or your debit card. And you're presenting generally
At first,
debit.
when you said that, I thought you were talking about your business card. And I go, so you're giving them your business card. Thank you. And I'm Steve Sipple from On3. And if you need to log in, do that.
You will get an occasional, like
With Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush from 6 to 9 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to Chopping It Up with Chubb, the soulful way, with your host, Chef Manuel Chubb Hurd on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Chopping It Up with Chubb, the soulful way on 93.7 The Ticket. Texting the show at Sartor Heyman Jewelers text line at 402-464-5685, or check us on YouTube, Twitter, and Allo Cable channel 961. Now we was getting back to, you was gonna share a story about the Gibbs, and you was hanging out with them. You're lucky. Victoria Principal.
Yes.
And all that. I asked, you was off air, and I asked why you didn't call me.
I needed Calvary is what I needed.
But yeah, did you ever finish your? Oh, you said Usher, right? So you had your 5.
Yeah, I have my.
That's a good show.
That would be a good show.
That would fill PBA.
Usher would definitely.
That would fill PBA.
Get them going.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm right there with you though, depending on what type of party.
Who are we inviting?
There's so many different people that would fit.
Who are we inviting? That's Jackson gave me his list a few weeks ago.
What was it?
Who would that be?
Oh, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I like putting like a lot of the oldies, just people I would would have never saw. So like Michael Jackson, Elvis, Fleetwood Mac. Who was my third? There's just so many.
Fleetwood Mac, that's a good one.
Yeah,
so is
that's
Elvis.
like the one I'm most confident. Like Fleetwood Mac.
Stevie's an all timer.
And Stevie,
Queen.
Yeah,
Queen.
Stevie Nicks.
Queen.
She still got it too. I
Yeah.
saw her like
Mhm.
she still got it.
Yeah.
Queen. Now, Queen would be dope.
Freddie, I saw Freddie. That was my graduation concert.
Which one?
Queen with Loverboy and Billy Squier. Stroke Me. But we saw Queen and Freddie Mercury. We talk about the greatest frontman ever. He's in the conversation.
That dude, that guy right there had pipes.
He owned everybody.
And I can't control my voice like he did, but when he would do that, like that and stuff, man, that was control. And when he right before he passed, after he got AIDS, remember they did that big concert, that big concert,
Live Aid in Wembley.
Yeah, that one. And he was all jacked up, but he man, that dude, you would have never known if you didn't know.
Maybe the greatest concert moment ever was his ownership of that crowd. Radio Gaga.
Yeah, oh man, when he did that,
yep,
like that, man, like just everybody you seen them doing like this, like waving their arms.
I own you.
I'm sitting there most of them, like the people out there in the radio world could see me, but yeah, that would have been a dope concert, man.
Amazing stuff.
Now I want to go back to Aretha. One song that I play all the time because I'm a man of faith and I love God, and a song that gets me through anything is Bridge Over Troubled Water by Aretha. I could put that on right now, man, and I can guarantee you tears are gonna roll down every time.
I'm in the place in my life for a variety of reasons, but I'm in a place where all I listen to now is faith. Listen, you're a doppelganger for Fred Hammond, right? And Fred speaks to me in a way. Anthony Brown. There's certain folks that when they start singing, that I feel like I'm connected, and that's been my thing. So I'd say for the last 8 years, if I'm programming music, this is what I'm listening to. Like if I'm choosing the music, and that's been the thing, right? Because I needed it to be fed to me in a certain kind of way, and they did, and that was kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, so we love. She keeps hers on gospel in the car.
Yeah.
Mine, no telling where. I mean, one day we'll be riding and it's nothing but hip hop. Then it's nothing but like just old school R&B. Then it's nothing but like Temptations and oldies. Then you might get some classic rock like Van Halen.
Yeah,
I'm all over the place, and then there's even country.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm all over the place.
Yeah, I'm eclectic in it. That the act that I've seen the most live is Darius Rucker. And I've seen Darius and Hootie 70 times live, probably.
Hootie and the Blowfish, or have you seen him by himself?
Both.
Okay.
Like combined, Darius has sung more than any human on the planet. They were in Carolina. Edwin McCain's another one. Sister Hazel. Those are folks that I've been on their tour buses with them and hung out with them. And you just go, oh, I'm a fan of people who can perform that way. I'm a fan of people who can create that way. And then if you're just anointed and blessed and have that sort of voice, I'm a fan. So yeah, those are the ones I've seen the most.
We're going to have to sit down one day, man, and just backyard barbecue and slap some bones and just let the music play.
Yeah.
Just let the music play. I'll do an hour of mine. You do an hour of your playlist, man. We'll just go all day.
Let the music play. Let the music play.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Right. Like that's like so I used to DJ parties. As a matter of fact, I played at my high school's dances. Like I would spin music. And so the radio thing was going to happen inevitably. And all the way through. And when I had nightclubs, I would just get up in the DJ booth and I'm like, okay, happy hour's me. I'm playing all Motown. Y'all just got to deal with it. Or late at night, I'm playing rock, and it depends on my mood. So, it's a thing.
So you had
forget disco.
You what?
I said, let's not forget disco.
Now she loves disco. She likes the disco like Stacey Q and Debbie Deb.
Debbie Deb. Like I was, and I'm glad it's good to see Debbie Deb back out here doing the streets, right?
I just got back from a freestyle concert last weekend.
Yeah, she went to.
See, I mean, I'm old enough to have actually seen Grandmaster Flash and Sugar Hill, and I'm old enough to have seen the birth of Go-Go with Chuck Brown and Trouble Funk, and I've been blessed to be in different pockets of the country and getting different music, and
So you said Grandmaster Flash. So I was just a little. I think I was maybe 10, 11. My dad wasn't gonna let me go to no concert, and he definitely wasn't taking me because he didn't listen to that kind of music.
Right.
My dad was old, so he BB King, Bobby. No, he didn't like Bobby Womack, but Bobby Blue Band and stuff like that. But
the Shy-Lights, the Stylistics.
Yeah.
See, I'm a DC kid.
That was my
dad.
So
right down the street, there's an amphitheater called Carter Barron, and anybody who sang came through. And so Bobby Blue Bland would come through. Johnny Guitar Watson would come through. You don't understand. And then that's on Saturday, but on Friday, it was Eddie. It was Eddie Hendrix, right? It was Kendricks, and then it was any version of Teddy and the style. He went through. My stepdad taught me so much about music, but he gave me Teddy.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me Teddy Pendergrass, right?
Turn off the light.
He said, listen, if you want to date, just listen to Teddy. He'll tell you what to do.
Mm-hmm. Turn them off.
Now, you brought up the stylistics.
Yeah.
Come on, man, you need to do the falsetto.
Yeah.
If I could, I'd like to be a great big movie star. Overnight sensation. Drive a big expensive car.
Come on.
Come
on,
Chubb. A meeting for the press to let them know.
Don't reach
these things I'll do, 'cause I'm stone in love with you.
Right?
So you said Johnny Guitar Watson. So I grew up listening to him. So my dad, of course, and like Ray Charles and stuff. So her mother, she's what? How old is Bobby now? 28, 27?
Yeah, it was her 8th grade graduate. It was
Well, it was
supposed to
her
be
8th grade year.
graduation.
So she had to write a thing on music, and it was name 5 artists or whatever, and everybody was doing stuff at that time. So it was like Justin Bieber, I don't know, Usher. Who was my daughter? Stevie Wonder, Johnny Guitar Watson. So she had called Tina, and she's like, a couple of these people I had to look up because I never heard of them. We want to know where she gets her music taste from. And Tina was like, well, that's all her dad and stuff. And so to this day, she listens to music like that and stuff.
My stepdad, driving around DC, he would take me. There's a spot in DC called Haynes Point, where you go on the water and you walk it. But he would drive down there, and we just drive through, and you'd hear all sorts of music. But he would put in the 8-track cassette. 8-track cassette. He would pop it in. I know Jackson don't know nothing about the 8-track cassette. He don't know nothing about it. It's a thing. But then he would teach me the stories of the people that he fell in love with, and to go through and have he told me about this young dude named Peebo Bryson. You need to listen to him sing. And what are you talking about? This is crazy. So yeah, learning music, it was a big part of who Pops was to me. Taught me everything.
Now I'm gonna put you on game because I know you don't know nothing about this group. But Shalimar, you need to look up Shalimar.
What Jody? What are you talking? Howard Hewitt? Jeffrey Daniels? What are you talking about? Come on, man. Who are you messing with
tonight?
Who are you messing with? You better
Gonna
understand.
make this a night to remember.
Oh.
Yeah, man. So in your list of travels, so you told me about Paisley Park. That's on my to-do list. Another one is Motown. Have you been there?
Yes.
So you got to go in there.
House on the corner. To actually, there's certain places that have the spirit of what happened in the building still there. You can't stand at that corner and not feel the stories of the Supremes, to feel the Smokey Bill, right?
Now,
Smokey Bill Robinson, you can't. Smokey Robinson, you could hear him. If you stand there, you could hear him still. Like you go through the dance steps, baby Marvin Gaye, right? Young Marvin Gaye standing at the corner, singing on the corner, trying to get people's attention, right? To go through and understand Temptations, Four Tops, to go through the full thing, young Steveland Morris, right before he was Stevie Wonder.
Goosebumps, man.
Right? To go through it and to understand culturally what it did for this company, the door for this country, the doors that it opened, the conversations that it created. Motown music had its own space, and it was unique, and it was blessing. You stand outside. You can go look at the pictures, and I wanted to stand where the pictures were taken.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just wanted to stand. Wait a minute. It's the iconic picture of the Supremes and Smokey Bill Robinson and the Miracles are outside. The Temptations are outside, and they're standing there just posing and cutting up. And me and my cousin went there, and we just took pictures posing like the people we had seen in the picture.
Now, are you allowed to go? I mean, I know it's like
you can't. There are parts of it you can't go into, but I wanted to be outside of it. I need to see the Motown sign.
I want to see that, and at least like one of the places. So like where they have that, like they show, like they got that hall where they show it, and then one of those rooms was like the studio.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to go look at that, or is that off?
It's awful. You can't touch. You can see, but you can't touch.
Okay.
To get that vibe, go to the Apollo. Go to the Apollo Theater in New York.
Okay.
Go to Harlem, and oh man,
on my bucket list.
The signatures on the wall, right? That it's like you just run your hand up and down the wood just to touch it and see all the people who perform.
Now, that's a trip because we went to Red Rocks. I got a buddy that's in a reggae band. Dan Kelly. What's up, Dan? If you're listening, Fortunate Youth, he's in a reggae band.
Yeah.
And every time we're with him, that dude treats us like royalty. So we gotta walk through that tunnel and up the stairs where you go up to the stage. And I don't know if you ever been there or seen that, but it's got all the things. So you've seen the Beatles. The Beatles like wrote their name in there. Just everybody.
There's a guy that used to be a weekly guest on the station. During the pandemic, when there was no sports, there was nothing going on. I wanted to bring in somebody who could tell stories. And this guy is the only person I know that is in the Music Hall of Fame. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Sports Hall of Fame. He's the current play-by-play voice for the University of Maryland Athletics. But the guy worked for the Nationals, the Redskins, the Cleveland Browns. This guy, started as a DJ in San Francisco, and he did a show with Sly Stone, with young Sylvester Croon, and Johnny Holiday is his name. And he hosted Shindig. So prior to American Bandstand was this thing called Shindig, and Johnny would host it. And here they are. Was it James Darren, Bobby Darin?
Bobby Darin. Okay.
Right. So imagine that era of entertainers before American Bandstand. He was Dick Clark before Dick Clark. And this guy evolved.
And he was in the late 60s Bandstand, right?
Yep.
70s?
Yep. And he worked with Sly Stallone when he was just a DJ. He emceed and hosted the Beatles' last American performance in America. He's the dude, and he would come on the ticket and just tell stories. And it didn't matter. He broadcasted the Cleveland Browns football games when Jim Brown was playing. And he tells the story that this was before they had a broadcast booth. He would just stand on the sideline with a microphone and a speaker, and he would walk up and down, and he would call the game from the sideline with a single microphone and holding a speaker. And that's how he broadcasted play-by-play for the Cleveland Browns back in the 60s.
Hold that thought, man. We're going to pay some bills, and we will return after these messages.
Love is in the air, and so are big savings. It's the Big I Do event at Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions, April 4th through the 6th. For 3 days only, enjoy 20% off all engagement rings and wedding bands, plus exclusive bridal collections from our top designers. Whether you're saying yes or I do, shop now for the year's best prices and selection. April 4th through 6th, Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions with pay starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
We're in Baton Rouge at the original Raising Cane's with the man that started it all.
Wait, are you the Yes Chef guy?
Todd started this place 28 years ago with one goal in mind: making the best chicken fingers in the world. We got their famous box combo, chicken fingers, crinkle cut fries, Texas toast slaw, and their world famous cane sauce. Good chug of tear right now.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Make sure you tune in every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. for all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman. Learn how the game of youth football has grown in and around the capital city with coaches, athletic directors, and league commissioners telling you all about it. It's All Things Youth Football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A smoke-free environment is the only way to fully protect from the dangers of secondhand smoke. That's why smoke-free policies are so important to me. Whether it's in my car, apartment building, or when I'm dining outdoors, there's no place for secondhand smoke or e-cigarette aerosol. Breathe easier knowing the facts. Visit smokefree.ne.gov. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to Choppin' It Up with Chubb, the soulful way, with your host, Chef Manuel Chubb Hurd, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Chopping It Up with Chubb, the soulful way, on 93.7 The Ticket. Texting the show at Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Text line at 402-464-5685. Or check us out on YouTube, Twitter, and Allo Cable channel 961. We left, and you were saying something about a single. Something when we went back to air. We got to talking off air, and I totally forgot. Remember what we was talking about? Do we have any questions, by the way? I'm sure they're always asking Derek some.
Just some people that were chiming in, agreeing with a lot of what you guys were saying. Someone said earlier, how about Karen Carpenter? Aretha would take you to church. Karen could take you to heaven.
Karen could take you to heaven.
Karen could take you to heaven. I like that.
And a better than advertised musician. Maybe the best female drummer up until Gina Shock Go-Go's.
I beg to differ.
Female drummer. Sheila, percussionist. Different percussionist.
Sheila was dope.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean,
but Karen Carpenter is in that conversation of the 5 best female drummers to ever do it.
And a female artist that I would like to see sing, and she gives me goosebumps every time, and that's Patti LaBelle.
Well, but
Patty's bad.
Patty's on the Mount Rushmore.
Patty's on the Mount Rushmore.
Patty's on the Mount Rushmore of vocalists.
Oh,
like Patty, Aretha, and then whoever else you want to put up there. And I'm not sure I know who the other two who are in the conversation with, like Aunt Gladys, probably in the conversation. Go back, long day. Give me Sarah Vaughan. Give me, like, that's how far back you have to go. Roberta Flack. People who sang.
Roberta Flack.
Right? That it's a short, maybe if you want, that's the list. Like, Patty melt ice in December.
you know who I like? And Mavis Staples. Mavis got that voice.
But Mavis always, she was anointed. When the anointed sing at you, you got to vibrate.
Mm-hmm.
You have to vibrate. Those gospel, CeCe Winans is underrated, and right. You just go, okay. Oh, you sing, right? And as much as we love, we don't talk enough about Whitney.
Whitney, oh my God!
Like she, the last part of her life affected us all. But Whitney, when Whitney was singing, Whitney was a church girl who lit it up. And listen, if we having the conversation, her mama, Sissy, sing better than Whitney.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, let's have the conversation.
Whitney was bad. Whitney was bad.
Yep.
Whitney was bad. Well, I know that we don't have much time, man, but I just wanted to again say thank you, Derek, man. It means a lot that you gave me this opportunity. I love doing this, man. Anything that's with food. I know we wasn't talking food, but music and food is just my life. If it wasn't for that or my wife, I don't know what I'd do with myself. Because I love them both, man. But in your travels, because I'm sure you've been all around the world,
Mm-hmm.
What would you say your favorite food would be?
I will say her name because I owe it to her. That the person who was the first example of love that I really knew and understand, and the second, the people who, when I think of love, what defines it, it was these two women in a kitchen. One was frying chicken, and one was making sweet potato pie.
And they were?
My mother, Queen Elizabeth, and my grandmother, Hattesu.
Which one was making the chicken?
Well, Hattesu would allow my mom to make the chicken because she did all the work and just said, dip it and fry it. You can't mess it up after I've made the batter and dipped the eggs. And then, but that sweet potato pie, wasn't nobody touching it. But
I love a good sweet potato pie.
Wasn't nobody touching but grandma. And she made it so good that she'd be offended if you put whipped cream on it. Don't need it.
I love
There's
sweet
enough
potato
love
pie.
in this already.
Yeah, man.
I'm crying just thinking about it because it's Saturday preparation for Sunday meal.
Mm-hmm.
And the gospel music that you woke up to, and then sitting around that table loving on each other.
Well, go ahead,
I
babe.
think that speaks of who you are. Because when you think about us, you're prepping, and this is home. So you're prepping, you're putting together family functions, you're gathering. Our house is always filled, and it's always that food. It's like you said, the games, the conversation, the music. That's who we are.
That's what we need.
And that's what it is. Like, you taste my food, I'm pouring every bit of me into that.
Well, I'm waiting for your next delivery.
So, and I was supposed to bring it today, but we had some issues. But I got you, man. I keep saying it. I keep saying it. I'm gonna bring it. We got to get Jackson over there.
Yes, sir.
Check it out.
Yeah, he needs to learn
and stuff. So
he needs to learn.
You need to check it out, man. But Derek, thanks for being on the show, man. I appreciate you. I got nothing but love for you, brother.
Thank you.
And everybody out there, if you are going to overdose on anything, overdose on love. because life without love is like giving a well a tic tac. It's just not going to work. So make sure you visit the radio station. We are at the radio station, but make sure you visit the restaurant at 6105 Havelock. That's Soulful Cocina, where food's so good, everybody feels the soul. You dig?